All right, since I got some lumber from the construction dumpster, I had to take a little bit of extra precautions and go ahead and run it through the planer and the joiner. You'll see here. If you buy wood from Home Depot or Lowe's or any of your local box stores, you probably won't have to do this, but these ones were pretty nasty, so that's how I did it. Okay, so I jointed two edges of these, one on 2x6 and then one on the 2x4, and that is so I can have a nice 90-degree flush corner right here. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I lost some footage of me joining these together. I used the biscuit joiner and glue to put the 2x6 and the 2x4 together. These are 2x6s that go somewhere else that you'll see in later footage of the 2x6s and 2x4s put together. And I'm using the Minwax stain, the color tinted stain, and I was really happy with it. So you'll see I used two different colors. I used the red and the gray. So after I got everything glued together, I did put a nice router edge, round over on everything, and then you see there I put the sander, and here's the gray stain. And I really like the way the gray and the red look together. And here I am just using some Minwax polyacrylic, polyurethane, just to get it so it looks a little bit nicer, shinier, and a little bit more durable. All right, now that everything is dry and downstairs, it's time to prep the room for the install. Here I am just marking the studs. From research, the loft bed should be at 58 inches above the floor. Here we got one of the pieces here. And what I want to do here is kind of mark where I want the edge of it to be. Since it's a 2x4, length 1.5 inches, this will kind of give us our rough. I don't have a big level, so we're going to use a whole bunch of little levels. Let's see if that helps us.
Can I just clean out all that right here?
Yep. First of all, we want this right there. So what I'm doing now is making the top part of the bunk, and I wanted to add a little arch to it. So all I did was put a brad nail there, and then I found the center, which is, this one is 39 inches, 78 inches divided by 2, and put a nail right there, and then on this end, and then all I'm gonna do is just trace out a line and then cut it on my bandsaw. Okay, I added a round over edge on that, and now I'm going to take the belt sander and sand off this white, because I think I want this to be red, and then I'm going to either use that conduit or a rebar to make some rails for it. All right, I chose the conduit, and I'm going to paint it gray. so it will blend in real well. I'm using the grinder to cut these. You could also use your Sawzall or a hacksaw, whatever you need to do. All right, excuse the lawnmower back there, but all I did was drill about 1 inch down with a Forstner bit. And it's a 5/8 Forstner bit, and it's a perfect fit. It's got a little bit of play, but that's gonna be perfect for that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get those things painted up gray to kind of match with the rest of the stuff, and we'll go from there. All right, I started off by using some self-etching primer just to make sure that it holds good. All right, and here is kind of the whole process of me sanding it down, marking the center, getting the rod there, and then cutting out the arch, and then round over, sanding, and then drilling the holes. That's kind of the little fast thing, and painting it, getting it ready to go. All right, a pro tip would be to drill the holes on the top one longer than what you think you need, because you're gonna have some problems. All right, so we got these painted up. It's hard to film this, but we got those, and now he's got the big piece with the holes in it. And we're gonna go ahead and set that on top. I'm gonna hand the camera over to Liam. He's gonna hold it as still as possible. And then we're just gonna set this up on top.
Set that right up there.
Feed that thing in. I thought we had it good before, but I guess maybe. All right, now we can start getting it closer. All right. All right, progress has been made, and man, I'm really liking that. It took me a little bit of finagling, and I brought the drill with the Forstner bit on it over there. And anyone that was kind of not loose, I kind of drilled out more, and that kind of seemed to help get it to where they would all go in. So this is looking pretty awesome. All right, perfect fit. All right, so now we got, Hazel can't get up. We put plywood underneath instead of the slats because he is rambunctious as all get out, and I think that's a better choice. So I ended up having to get two 48 by 8 foot sheets of plywood because it's 54 inches across. So. All right, instead of showing you how I break down my plywood, I just went ahead and broke it down, and what I was left with was 10 inches on the sides here, and I cut those down at 19 inches as well. So this is all the scrap left over from putting the 54-inch pieces upstairs. So what I'm gonna do now is try to attempt to make some stairs, and I'm gonna see what it looks like at 10-inch stairs. I know that's a little hard to climb up, but the space is limited, and we're just gonna try to make it work. So what I'm gonna do now is put some pocket holes in these, and then I'll come back and we'll start putting this thing together, and I'll show you kind of my plan of what I wanna do. I got the pocket holes drilled into 10-inch pieces, and I also have one 48-inch piece that we're gonna use. And this one right here is the 54-inch piece that was left over from the 54-inch cuts that we made. So what I want to do now is I'm going to put this one up like this and then drill it in from the back so you don't see it, just because this one's going to be against the wall on the higher side. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and attach that, and then I'll attach one of those and put that one at 48 inches and then screw those ones through the sides. So we'll see how that goes. I'll put it on time lapse. All right, I'm glad I came up and test fitted these because the molding is just in the way. If I could just get past, but I'm not gonna be able to. It's like 3/4 of an inch. I need extra. So right now we're gonna leave it like this for now, but really happy with the way they turned out. What I'll do is take them down and we'll trim it all down and stain it, put some trim on it and stuff like that, because I still want to put a backboard on it. So some 1/4 inch on the back, and then we'll wrap those out and then make some fancy trim for the front of it. So we got the stairs down here. I went ahead and cut the inch off that I needed to, and now I'm playing around with some Procore flooring here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do the tops with this all the way down. So what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead and cut these in half because they are that, and then I'm gonna put some construction adhesive down and see if that holds them. All right, here I am just using the flush trim bit on my router and just going around, and it worked really nice, except for those spots you can see there where the router wouldn't get to. But this stuff is really easy to work with. Take a razor blade, score it a little bit, and then just break it with some pliers. All right, here I am, just add some stain, and with this Procore floor, it works really good with this because all you have to do is just wipe it off. It stuff doesn't stick to the Procore flooring, so that was pretty cool. All right, for the molding, all I did was just take a piece of 3/4 inch thick wood and just cut it into little strips about a 1/2 inch thick, and just use that for the molding. And then you'll see at the end here, I use a sander and sand them all down, make them nice and smooth so it's not gonna cut anybody. And here I am having my little buddy help me out here. I screwed on the back of the 1/4 inch wood. Now he's just tracing out where I need to cut with the jigsaw, you'll see later. And here I am just putting the trim on the front. Same way, just cutting little strips and going from there. You can see I added a 2x6 on the very bottom there to give it some more strength. And here I am just taping everything off so I can paint real fast and get it going. And just love the color. I love the gray and I love the red on this thing. Here I am just trimming out the 1/4 inch backboard there and cutting a little bit inside the line there because you don't want to be able to see it when it's done. And then just cleaning everything up with some polyacrylic. All right, so we got the stairs upstairs and they fit with pretty good amount of space over there. And if Liam and Abel can show you how it works. It works really good going up and down the stairs. And using that flooring for the stairs really makes it look nice. All right, so there it is, all complete. We got added an outlet up there so he can have a light. And we got the shelf over there. We probably need to add another 2x6 to make it a better shelf, but got that underneath.
Here's a peek up now.
And I'm gonna add drawers on there. That's why they're left white in there. I'm still working on that. I just was at a good stopping point. So, and then we also have to build a desk somewhere under here for him. And that was the next stage of the project. So thanks everybody for watching.